How about now? Is that better?
Swiney says F you. Come on, Swiney. Jerk.
We're all here now.
Oh, boy. I think Sarah will be joining at some point. She had things going on.
Hell yeah.
All right. All right.
So
1 second.
F you. I'm kidding. I love you.
Hey, it's nice to talk to you again. Both of you.
Yes, hello. I'm wearing my shirt. Your shirt.
Awesome.
Still.
Awesome. So awesome.
That's great. I'm sorry it took forever for Ray to send it to you, but I'll yell at him later.
It was not my fault. Just kidding.
No, it's all your fault,
maybe
Ray.
My fault. It was maybe my fault.
All right.
But you know what? Sometimes it just helps to wait a little bit longer so you appreciate it that much more when you finally have it.
It was like this really sweet surprise. Yeah, I was like, wow, are you sure?
Yeah, I forgot about this. What was that, like 6 months ago?
God damn it, Ray. All you do is just make me angry.
And yes, it fit nicely too.
We're going to holler.
Please.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Use that voice, Swiney. I like it. That's good.
Yeah, brother.
Yeah, brother. Okay, brother. All right. So, Sarah Starr should be coming as well. And I don't know. I don't plan anything. So we'll just flow and see what happens. I'll do the intro. I figure we won't go more than an hour, but if you have to go before that, just, give me a heads up and that's fine. And I appreciate you guys coming on and giving us your time.
Right on.
No sweat.
Well, we were gonna, make the sex, but we figured we'd wait because it would take too long if we late the show. So we don't want to do that.
I mean, you could do it in the background while we're doing the show. That would be the first.
Same time.
Actually, we said something. I'm like, I don't know what kind. I know they talk about bad things, but I don't know what kind of show it is. We might get banned from the show.
No. America is the land of multitasking. If you guys aren't podcasting and having sex at the same time, you're doing it wrong.
Yeah, I mean that's. I don't think that's ever happened on a podcast before. It might have, but we'll see if it gets pulled off of YouTube or not. So, all right,
let's find out.
Yeah, here comes an intro. Let's get a show done. Randy, you ready to go, buddy? Here we are. Hey, everybody. Welcome to episode 110 of the Rich Dickman Show podcast. This is slightly better than mediocre. I am your host. I am Rem. We've got guests. We've got a party going on. This is going to be a good time. I forgot to put my glasses on, so I'm glassesless, Ray, and I look weird, and I don't like it. I was trying to impress our guests, but what are you going to do? It's cold down here. Ray, what's going on, man?
Just melting in this 105-degree heat. I'm ready for it to be over, and we're like just 1 to 2 weeks into it. So,
well, hey, let's go over to the great state of Las Vegas. I said that on purpose, just to check. The great state of Nevada, and let's check in with our guests tonight. We have the beautiful Jessica Lust and the handsome Swiney, and I think what's a good name? The majestic Eric Dickerson. I think he's around there as well. Hey,
majestic, yes.
The venerable Eric Dickerson.
Venerable. That sounds better. How is everybody?
Awesome.
We're doing okay. We're drinking beer, which is pretty fantastic.
Drinking beer. Listen, before we get any further into this, Swiney, and our next guest, or not next, our other guest, the beautiful Sarah Starr is joining us as well. So this is the Rich Dickman Show adult performer roundtable. That's a little better. But before, Swiney, listen, I got to ask you, buddy. We haven't talked to you in a long time. Thanks for coming back.
Oh, sure. I'm glad to be here.
Obviously, I follow you on the Twitter and I see what you post. And listen, when the hell do you make yourself dinner? Because I see the dinner tweets at like 1 a.m. my time, which would be 3 hours backwards. It's like 11 o'clock your time. Do you really eat dinner, like roasted chicken and shit, like that late at night?
Yeah, I usually don't start cooking dinner till at least 9 or 10 p.m. Like,
wow.
Sometimes 11. And I don't get out of bed till like fucking sometimes 12, 1 o'clock, you know?
Is that a Las
Vegas thing?
Hell yeah.
I'm up till like 4 and 4:30, like all the time.
Okay. All right. That makes sense then. All right. I'm just curious if you're just a late eater or you're just up late. So cool.
I'm kind of late everything. Yeah. Cause I don't like daylight. See, in news, it isn't all that exciting. I have a lot of migraines, and I have a lot of ocular migraines. So my eyes are very light sensitive, so I hate fucking daytime. Mm-hmm. So I try and do everything at night anyway. So
you're like a vampire. Got it.
Totally. An overweight vampire.
Oh, hell yeah. All right. And let's just say hi to the beautiful Sarah Star. Sarah, hello.
Hello.
How are you today?
Hello, Sarah.
Hello, darling Sarah.
Hey, I'm here.
Awesome. See, that's what's great about this show, Ray, is that we bring everybody together. Everybody. All the time. Everybody. All right. So, I didn't really know what I wanted to talk about with several adult performers at once. So forgive me for jumping into this one without thinking about it, but I thought it was a good idea at the time. So let's start. I'm just going to go off the things that are at the top of my mind. So right now, now with the current state of everything, what is the status of the industry? I mean, are you guys looking to start shooting again? Can you get out of your houses? Is the moratorium soon to be over, or like what's going on?
Sarah might know best. The last we heard was August.
Okay, so I'm hearing loosely they're trying for July, but yeah, probably August.
Yeah.
Those of us who are following what the past system tells us to do, what FSC tells us to do, we're still supposed to be, only working with people we live with and not really venturing out to work with other people. So it's pretty boring right now.
So even with all the testing that performers have to do, you can't do a COVID test once a week or something to get things going?
Red, let me say something. I wanted to add that they're trying to include COVID testing with STD testing. Right. And if you get an STD test full panel, which is $155, you get a COVID test for $35, so it's $190, right? Yeah. Now they want you to do those every 2 weeks. Okay.
Oh no.
They haven't figured out how they're gonna have crew, location owners, makeup artists. All these people are going to find a way to be tested, but they haven't figured out how it's going to work once you start putting rooms of 5, 7, 8 people together all day long. So I think no one really wants to be the first one to do it officially. I think that people are going to start shooting on their own, because if you need to shoot porno to make money, you're going to do it your own way. There's no actual rules to any of this. All testing is voluntary. You can shoot porno with no tests. Just if people find out about it, they're going to not want to work with you. And if someone that I do not participate in the past system, I don't like the FSC. I don't agree with where they take things. Other people can, that's fine. But I don't want those guys having my information, so I operate myself. So I'm just waiting until, I don't know, sometime at the end of this month, that if people want to shoot, I'll test and go for it. I'm in a high-risk category. I'm over 50. I'm over 260 pounds. I might be diabetic, so I'm really taking a gamble at dying if I want to buck on camera. So we'll see how it goes. Put your money where your mouth is, performers. All right.
Well, so we mentioned that Swiney's here with us. Well, some companies are paying couples or people, roommates or whatever you want to say, people who are living together. If there's 2 performers living together, you have companies that are paying you to shoot it yourself at home. And the reason we got together is we were supposed to be shooting for a company, and they encouraged you to have a cameraman, just being, COVID friendly as far as the mask.
I was going to be camera guy today for the wrestling match.
But then it didn't happen today. So we're like, oh, well, we'll just all get together anyway. And
have beer
and have the show. Yeah. So I think that, at least in my opinion, have people that are starting to kind of come out and work together and socialize and do whatever, but it's still general consensus as we are all waiting, and which is basically what we're doing. I mean, this is the first encounter we've had with someone, but like I said, it was supposed to be work related, and I mean, I guess
and this is your livelihoods. I mean, really, because these are your full-time jobs. Is that correct?
Well, yes. For me, Well, for all of us here, this is all of our full-time gigs. I have to say that Eric and I are very fortunate in that, Eric is my cameraman. He performs, he edits, he does all my stuff. So for me, it's really business as usual. Mm-hmm. There's just less variety of who I'm doing it with, Yeah. And then you have poor Sarah all by herself down there.
I'm way over here, it's just me.
Yeah.
I'm the camera grip editor.
So now, so Sarah and Jessica have OnlyFans. Swiney, so what are you doing to supplement in these hard times?
Well, I have so much stuff that I haven't chopped. Okay. Put it this way, that's a good thing. Is I don't only have new scenes that I haven't chopped, but I have tons of promo I can do, because you see, me being a male performer and not having a porno girlfriend and not really having money to pay people anymore, I had to maximize my stores a different way than most other people. OnlyFans isn't going to work for me. Camming isn't going to work for me. So when I built my X-Hamster promo page, I had to make tons of trailers, but those offer lots of click-throughs, right? And they really help generate my traffic. So between making trailers for the X-Hamster page, GIF galleries, pulling frame grabs, the Twitter, you see me do a daily tweet, scene 75 is blah, blah, blah. I try and do that once a day. And then in the evening, I try and do a blast of 4 or 5 scenes for my X-Hamster premium page just through Twitter. So I got so many hooks in the water all over the place. I can keep busy that way. And I usually get really good traction from it 5-8 days after I post stuff. So even though I'm not killing it right now, I've actually been pretty fortunate to have a decent month at a few of my stores.
Nice.
That's good. Yeah. That's
good. Yeah.
Go ahead, Ray. Look like you were asking something. No? Okay.
No, it's just good. It's just nice to hear, shit's tough out there. So, obviously.
I wish we weren't in the times we are, and I could, have Angus out here and we'd be sandwiching Sarah, but, we're going to have to wait.
Yeah.
When's the last time you've seen Angus?
January, since the show.
Really?
He went back after the show, yeah, and he didn't come back for another trip, and then all this stuff started happening, and he's pretty nervous about it too. He's all scared of the COVID. Angus Maple lives in fear of COVID-19.
Yeah, we had him on the show at your request, and he was fun to talk to.
Yeah, I listened in. That was a good time. He gives a good interview.
We scared him a little bit with berries. Poor Ray.
Yeah, that was heavy.
Sarah, I'm gonna change subjects real quick here, Sarah, because I don't want to forget this. And Sarah, I have to apologize to you because I let Ray handle something he shouldn't have handled. I don't know if you've seen Twitter, Sarah, but Jessica received her shirt earlier this week, and Elisa May should have received hers as well. But your shirt was, unfortunately, it's lost in the mail, and I have a very special relationship with the mail people, so I know how to look things up. And it was in Maryland this afternoon because either Ray or his wife, I don't want to place any blame, Ray, but one of them decided it would be a good idea to write an address directly onto a soft package and then make their 7 look like a 2. So I sincerely apologize because I was really looking forward to what we were going to do with that.
I was so excited. And when you were like, I think it's lost, I was like, no, I need that shirt.
Yeah, no, it's not lost. We just got to hope it finds its way either to you or back to Ray. Ray, explain yourself. And you know what? Apologize to Sarah, please, because I can't, I can't believe you.
Yes. So I would formally like to apologize on behalf of the United States Postal Service for having a terrible service. Because I basically...
He has to apologize.
So basically what happened is, let me just say this. My wife and I both have immaculate handwriting. Therefore, there's the only way to place any blame on anyone would be the person that received the package and entered the address. And according to my sources, they're supposed to confirm the address. and say, for example, if someone thinks a 7 looks like a 2, and they type that zip code in there, and it's a completely different state, I mean, maybe they should raise some red flags.
You know what, Ray? They don't just type it in there and ignore it. Okay, they type it in there and they ask, they confirm it, and they say such and such address, and then the person at the counter, their customer would have to be, oh yeah, that's correct, or no, that's wrong. So
and that did not occur.
And you still haven't told me if it was you or your wife.
Oh, it was me.
Oh, look, Jessica joined us in Cameron. There's Swiney too. Awesome.
Yes, and you have
Mr. Dickerson. Awesome. Oh, this is great.
Yes,
This is
that looks
amazing.
Okay. All right.
I do have your shirt. See that?
That's a beautiful shirt. Thank you for wearing it. I don't know if you knew what we were going to. Ray had this great idea, and we had Sarah on the show, and this is what we're eventually going to do. Swiney, as a producer yourself, you'll love this idea. Is that basically it's a non-porn porn where Ray, maybe you should explain it because it was your idea.
Essentially, you got to sell it as a porn, right? You got to dive headfirst into the fact that a lovely lady wearing a Rich Dickman t-shirt. But not in the beginning. Say taking a shower, but you order some food, and due to all the everything's got to be delivered these days. So you get in the shower, a little sexy action going on in there, and then you get a notification on your phone that says your driver's almost there.
Yeah, so she's using her phone in the shower, Ray. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, everybody does that. I mean,
hey, you know what? You actually
hear the
probably
ding.
our phone in the shower. Sarah, have you taken your phone to the shower?
Well, yeah, because I shoot stuff for OnlyFans in the shower. So this is
okay.
plausible.
I'm sorry.
We have our phone
right.
in the shower.
All right, This is me apologizing. I'm sorry.
So essentially what happens is like, oh shoot, the food's going to be here early. So you rush and, maybe put on the Rich Dickman t-shirt, run downstairs, open the door, and maybe, you've been getting a little foreplay, self-foreplay and waiting for this delivery driver.
Yeah.
And open the door, ready for some action. But due to coronavirus, they just leave it on your doorstep and then they leave. So you're like, son of a, and then it ends. So it starts as a porn, but then it ends.
As not. It just ends.
A little punchline there. Yeah.
That just sounds like orgasm denial. That's all that is.
No.
It is. Yes.
Okay. So I'm gonna do like 2.0 of that video. So
Yeah.
Okay.
I like the idea, but I think because it is the brown chicken, brown cow porn thing, it should have a hole in the pizza box and it be a dildo because that's the new. Because we can't touch, right? So you have this the pizza and you open it and there's like a wang dildo thing sticking right there.
Is it a 6 foot long pizza box? Maybe they should be ordering a sub sandwich, a 6 foot long sub sandwich. And the dildo can come out the other end.
I don't know. I don't want lettuce on my.
Yeah, no.
You can have a veggieless, no produce sandwich.
Yeah.
You're right.
Meat only.
Right.
You request. I want meat only. Wink.
That's funny. I actually did. I did
it writes itself.
I cut a hole in the pizza box and the pizza, and there's a penis through it. Like I did. I have a video of that.
Oh, nice.
I mean, that's
with the pizza in it.
Sarah, what do you think of idea 2.0?
I think totally works. It's always an option.
Yeah.
See?
Maybe like the promo to get you into the paid content. And that's where we make our money. I'm liking this. I think bring all our heads together and coming up with ideas. I'm sorry, Jessica. Were you about to say something? I think I interrupted you.
No.
Okay.
It's fine. Probably wasn't anything good.
Swiney, as a Hall of Fame porn producer, is that a great idea for just to promo the show?
No.
Well, I will say this.
Look, I even have a thing.
Oh, there you go.
See, I'm ready for this.
It's the keep warm bag. Nice.
Can I ask you guys a question? When I see these bags, do you remember when Domino's first had the heat wave bag and had Bad Andy? Yeah. This takes me back to the old Bad Andy commercials that were
I don't know that one.
Absolutely fucking hilarious and terrible at the same time. Kind of like today's porno idea of orgasm. Andy doll and Ray and a camera will just go from there.
Bad Andy. I don't remember that.
Look up Bad
Yes,
Andy
why
on
not?
YouTube. This commercial's where he checks his temperature. You know, it's 170. That's hot.
You say Bad Andy? Yeah, I'll pull that up. Yeah. All right. Okay. So Swiney doesn't like our idea, but that's okay, Sarah. We're still going to do it. We're still going to.
You can come up with an idea too, and we'll do it next time or 3 times.
Oh, okay.
Don't stop.
I mean,
right?
Okay, I found them. It says
Something.
Domino's dumps Bad Andy, and this is 2001. This is a long time ago, you
Okay.
guys. You're showing your age.
Yeah, no, a lot of us are. Yeah, it's got a lot of young people like Ray. What up, buddy?
Yeah, well, you know what, Swiney? I'll just say this: there's no shortage of bad ideas coming from me. Okay,
Keep 'em going.
just don't worry. I'll keep them coming.
Get that gold mine open and working.
Yeah.
That's why I keep them around. All right, so we got a lot of weird stuff going on in the world, and I don't want to get into the weeds of that because everybody has their opinions and their thoughts, and everything's kind of crazy. And oh man, everything sucks right now. 2020 is. We can just skip forward to 2021,
amazing.
right? But I think because of what Corona has done to us as a society. Does anyone? And I don't know. Maybe I'm going to start with Sarah and then come to the other group. But Sarah, how does porn change in the future? I mean, do you see do you see the industry coming back like it was, where everybody's getting together and banging on film all the time, or is it going to be more of a individualized or specialized type of deal from now on?
Well, I think a lot is going to take like studios filming because people have realized a lot more independently. So I think you're going to have way more people just doing their own thing than worrying about chasing studio money. So they're going to be, getting together and saying, hey, let's all fly to this location or let's all meet here and, do whatever. So, and it may be on smaller scales where it's like, okay, I'm going to go work with these couple of people and do as much as I can. So it's still limited exposure, but a lot of content. I think like expos are going to look really different if they even happen.
Oh, that's right. I
Like,
didn't think of that.
Yeah. I don't even know like if Exotica is going to happen at all this year.
Right.
Because they backed them all up, but I don't even know if they're going to happen. I don't know what AVN is going to look like in January. Because, I mean, think about it, that's 6 months away.
Oh, man. Can you imagine a socially distanced AVN?
They did say CES is going down, so I'm pretty sure AVN will try and follow, because CES usually happens right before AVN now. They used to be at the same time. I think by then they're going to roll the dice and try and go for it. As far as the convention,
not so much up in the air though. Like they're having it at the Virgin place.
Yeah. Well, CES is going to be at the convention center, and they're going to finish remodeling in time. But the Virgin Hotel, separate venue, of course. I think they're going to try, because porno and pornographers and all that—they're all greedy. They want money. they're going to. I agree with what Sarah's saying. In the beginning, people are going to be very trepidatious and try and be cautious.
Absolutely.
But by the time you get to August and September, people are going to be like, "Fuck that, we're shooting."
Well, it takes a special person to do this too, and they're usually, as you always say, an outlaw. We're all, we're kind of rebels anyway. So I imagine a lot of people will be.
At some point, safety gets swept under the rug in porno every time, and this will just be like, we don't care, we want to do it anyway. It's worth the risk, because people get used to making anywhere from $800 to $2,000 a day. They don't want to fucking stop working. You know what I mean? Yeah. They're going to say, I don't care, I want money now. And the people at the top of the food chain in studio porno, they're making anywhere from $40,000 to $60,000 a month. And then the people that are like PAs and grips, whatever, they're making their 10 to 15. They haven't made that in a few months now. They're not going to give a shit about COVID by September. I'm sorry. That's the way porno is. It always has been. That's why there's every so often there would be an HIV problem, because it would just work its way back in. Someone will make a mistake. They're overlapping tests and using an old test because they don't believe they got an HIV positive, et cetera, et cetera. So while Sarah is correct, in the beginning, a lot of people are going to do it themselves. But the studios, they want their money and everyone wants to get paid. So I think at some point, no one's going to like announce we're shooting. They're just going to do it and see what people say when caught, you know.
It's an industry built on risk. So I can still totally see what you're saying there, Swiney.
Entirely, yeah. Fucking is risky even off camera, right?
Yeah.
But you have fun catching flu, as they say.
Right.
Have fun catching our things. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You don't have fun catching the flu, but if you get like a drippy dick, well, at least you enjoy it, you know.
One time.
Jessica,
is that really a regret if you get, you know, chlamydia or syphilis or something? I don't know.
I mean, it depends on who it's with, right?
You're born with it.
You're gonna go with a smile.
Exactly. I mean, battle scars. You know.
Yeah.
And for the record, I have not had a dirty test in like over 10 years. Just saying. Okay?
Just saying. But it's not getting late enough. I'm just kidding.
Obviously.
That's terrible. That's terrible.
Shame on us.
Jessica, are you not wearing pants? No? Okay.
No.
Big ass out. That's very.
I'm wearing just panties.
Oh, hello. Very nice. Okay. Thank you. Jessica or Eric, do you have any thoughts to add to what Swiney and Sarah were saying?
Yeah, the dynamics can change. I've already noticed the difference in what kind of work is getting offered up out there, and the dollar will win out.
Yes, I think
it's pretty much right.
Yeah,
I think that's the case across the board. But I think I think porn's going to happen, you know, because we're, like I said, we're rebels or whatever you want to say, and we want to do this. It's not like, you know, I want to go to my job at Wendy's every day. I really want to have sex with all my friends that I like, that I get to have sex with for money. But as far as the difference, I have to agree with Sarah as far as I think this is going to make a lot of people realize that it's not everything to work for the studio, you know, the box, because we can make plenty of money on our own because of the internet and self-shooting and the rise again of
the platforms are there.
Yeah, you know, I mean, anyone can have an OnlyFans. Anyone can have a clips for sale or a minis vids or whatever. And circumstances are right.
Yeah. It's like I can shoot 4K video on my iPhone. What do you need a studio for?
Yeah, and we're forced to see that we can actually do stuff.
I don't think do-it-yourself porno is going to take over. They're just It's gonna always have a bigger share as we move forward. It's incrementally, you know, sometimes larger than others into the studio pornos like profit margin, but no one's going to keep paying for just couples fucking at home. There's a reason why you have star power. There's a reason why you have double penetration or group scenes or lesbian scenes with more than two chicks. Sometimes more is more. You know what I'm saying? It's not bigger is better. Bigger is just bigger, so to speak, right? And just this whole quarantine 101 porno is going to get old really fast because especially after people haven't earned any money for a few months, who's going to want to keep paying for something that's shot at home? You want all the bang for your buck, pun intended, and you can't always deliver that as a do-it-yourself producer, especially now. I'm only using myself as an example because I shot for studios, and there's things I try and incorporate from when I made movies, even into my pro-am stuff. Most of the do-it-yourself people didn't have that run through actual porno, so they're just working on instincts, or they're copycatting, or a little bit of both, and that's fine. I'm not judging anyone. I'm just saying what they weren't privy to, and so you get a few months into this, and you're going to want people are going to want, I should say, a more satisfying, bigger production. You know, because now we're going to be forced with this glut of homemade porno, right? Because that's all that's to be made right now.
Right.
You come back to self-made porn at home. Even if you have a partner to shoot it, there's still not that hardcore to it. You can't get the insertion or in the splash. So,
and no, POV is great, but people get tired of POV, and some people just don't like it at all.
Yeah.
And
I'm not a fan of POV, Ray.
Home shot porno, you got to have like static cam for penetration. And while I love being underneath Jessica or Sarah or anyone in Cowgirl, you can't run that position for 20 minutes. You just can't do it.
Yeah. It's interesting because you know what? That's not so different than any other job where people aren't getting paid. This is going to get old and people are going to want to get money again. It's interesting hearing from this side because you are rebels. The industry was built on risk, and you're out there. I just had another question pop into my head, and this is kind of on a different subject here, but Swiney, when you were on with us many weeks ago now, 70 something. Geez, Ray, we've been doing this for a long time.
Yeah,
we kind of went through the stages of porn, between the 70s and the 80s and the 90s, or 90s, you got into supermodels, and then in 2000s us ushered in like Gonzo and home productions and stuff. Are we, and anybody can answer this one, but are we at a point where, are we ever going to go back to big studio? I don't think so. I think the answer is no, right? Big studio is going to go. The superstars don't exist anymore. You have big stars, but not the superstars. And it really, people aren't paying as much for supermodels. They're more into niche or fetish stuff. Am I reading that right?
Well, yeah, because the business was so much smaller. Up until like say 2000, you only had so many companies either in the U.S. or overseas, right? So we'll just take the 80s, the decade 80s, for example, when you had the birth of the home console, right? You had home porno coming in with beta and VHS and all that, and you had theaters. The reason why stars were so big is because there was only, 100 people total, the entire talent pool. You had Ginger Lynn and Amber Lynn and Aisha Curry. You had all these stars that Lois Ayers, and so stars became stars back then because there wasn't that many people here in the business, and not many, because porno was a real sacrifice because of the stigma back then. Okay, when you did porno up until like 2005 per se, you were a complete different. It was like how the stigma changed over tattoos. Once you get to like 1990, 95. Tribal tattoos were on all these fucking white people, right? And it was just like, oh, wow, I can get tattoos now. Before, tattoos was like you were in jail or you were a fucking gang member or you're a biker or something like that. And then tattoos got trendy. Porno had this big, feature aspect in supermodels because it was a small pool. We're not going to go back to that anytime soon. You have some high-end companies and productions, but the companies want to destroy the star power, much like the music labels destroyed the power of the artists. Because when the stars and the talent in the business become ultra powerful themselves, then they can dictate way too much of their career, and they don't want that. I know Angela White's a superstar, but she's only going to work for so many people and with so many people. So that's kind of an anomaly, right? But no, you're not going to see anytime soon a collection of 15 top girls. Like, remember Jill Kelly and Jill Kelly Productions? They all had only supermodel chicks. They're all really ultra hot, Those days are gone unless someone wants to try and recreate it themselves. Because now there's just too much studio oppression or do it yourself. It's one or the other. So I think that's hurting the business because Gonzo now, you don't see as many bow bangs, group scenes, tag teams, DPs, stuff like that. Studio porno isn't really doing that anymore because it's not cost effective. Everyone wants too much money to do it, and everything's so spread out. There's going to need a real paradigm shift needs to happen again, and maybe this COVID thing will help usher that in. I don't know, but porno's really separated, and it's what you're asking for won't be back anytime soon. That was a long answer. I'm sorry.
No, I appreciate it. And Ray, our mission's clear. Ray is. I think this is where the next evolution of the Rich Dickman Show is going. To amass a group of stars.
Get massive funding from our benefactors so we can hire all the stars.
Yes, put them under contract.
Flip
Rich Dickman
the industry
Productions.
on its head.
Yeah, boy, that'll be something to explain at Thanksgiving. But all right, so oh god, I just lost my next question. Ray, ask a question. I just forgot the one I was about to ask. Shit. Oh goddamn! See, that's
shoot.
No, it'll come back to me.
Sarah, Las Vegas again.
Yes.
We want to see Sarah Starr in Las Vegas. When is she coming out here?
Actually, that's probably close to my next question. But yeah, Sarah, go ahead. When are you coming back to Las Vegas?
I know. Really, I got to figure that out. And a lot of it is the, when is it safe?
Well,
yeah,
roll the dice and come out. We miss you. We love you, and we'll feed you.
Go
we'll house you.
That's safe now.
Give you really lots of fun sex.
Well, I mean, if you're going with people that they're in good health,
right?
You stick to that. What's the difference?
And Jessica has a new dog.
He's right here on my lap, by the way.
Oh,
Right.
he looks comfortable.
More sleeping.
He has the saddest eyes in the world.
He's a big one.
Nobody.
He does. He sleeps all the time. He has to be touching you.
So he's like the flying nun with his big ears.
Sarah, are you a dog lover?
Yes. I mean, I have a cat, and he's great. I love Freddie. He's amazing. Definitely.
I love Freddie. Sorry.
Huh?
I love Freddie. Sorry.
No, he's so good. He's my guy. He's my Sour Patch Kid. But I do have a soft spot.
Swiney, why don't you make the trip out to Sarah?
No.
Oh, no.
That answered for you?
She doesn't want to come back.
I'm not welcome in anyone's town. No, it's like
Just like, so I don't live like in New Orleans proper. So it'd be like, okay, well now we have to like go into the city. And it's still weird there because they are like halfway into phase 1. So a lot of stuff is to close. So it would be like zero fun.
in Sarah's defense, I live right in the middle of the strip in a very elaborate, lush fucking house. So I understand why people do want to come to my place because it's got like waterfalls and like gold leaf on the fucking pillars over the
I thought they
doorways.
kicked you out of the place.
No, I'm still there.
Oh.
So yeah. Anyway, just being a jackass, I'm sorry.
So Las Vegas is opening up now, right? You got some casinos that are open?
Yeah,
Yeah,
last night in
last
downtown and Sunset Station was open. I saw a lot of them here. There's like up to 30%. There's a lot of the bummer is a lot of the smaller little boutique like mom and pop casinos. They're not open yet. There's one by my place called Wildfire that's really fun. It has a bowling alley. Like anyone cares. But there's a lot of the smaller Indo like local casinos that aren't opening, and that's kind of a drag because those are real important to local money. Because people that live in the town work there. People that work in the town hang out there and like cash their checks there and stuff. So right. I'm hoping those get open up again soon because that's where. Not that the big casinos don't employ a lot of people, but it just seems a little more close to the street level and a little more community based at those smaller spots. Kind of like when a police officers used to like work the beat in the towns they lived in. Just kind of similar to that. Those days are gone.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's definitely stuff open, but it's a fraction of what is Vegas.
I think theaters are going to open in a week or so. We'll see how that looks. But they're going to have like
theaters
seats and crossed out. And
you mean like theaters, like movie theaters or show theaters?
Movie theaters.
Okay, yeah. Out here we got June 20th.
Music is going to happen until end of like next fall or something.
That's sad. All right. Jessica, have you ever worked with Sarah?
I have. Well, it's funny. I have known Sarah since the very beginning of me coming around into the industry. And we have done a dozen of videos together with other people. Like it's always like multiple. There's like 3 girls and 1 guy, or at least like there's me, you, and Bunny. There was an Eric. And then it's like everything was always with a group. And so we shot 2 years ago. Has it been? I guess it's probably been 2 years now.
Last year.
Was it last year? Okay, yeah. Last year. We finally shot, and I titled it "Finally Just Sarah" or just something like that because
alone time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, we've worked together several times, lots of times, but which I guess in the grand scheme of things, yes, my answer is yes, we've worked. Yes, but I've only had her to myself once. How about that?
Okay.
I've only had her.
You were trying to say something?
Oh no, Carla was there, and yes, I was there. Bunny was there.
Someone was always there. Sarah's a freak. She likes in multiples.
She does.
Yeah.
Everybody tries to get it when she's around.
Yeah, that's probably that's true. She comes to town maybe far away, and all of us are here, so we're like, "Come on, let's go do it."
She's very good at crisis and multitask well with a lot of naked bodies around her.
So, Sarah, how does it work? It's like, do you text, or do you get a text like, does Jessica text you and say, "Hey, you want to shoot together?" And then you say yes, and also, can we add 7 other people?
Well, I mean, sometimes it's like, oh, hey, we're going to have this group shoot, or a bunch of us are getting together, and then, we're all sitting around, and it's like, so what do we want to shoot? And it's like, well, I mean, we're all together. We might shoot an orgy.
Yes, it usually ends up looking, well, we're all here. We might as well all just be in it together. But.
Right. And then, if there's still like some energy left or whatever, it's like, hey, you want to shoot a scene together? That's cool.
Is that how most of the conversations goes? Like, you get together, and then when you're trying to figure out a scene, I assume you have an idea of what's on the menu when you get there, but like when you're working it out, like you just sit down and say, okay, do you want to do a delivery scene, or do you just want to do a housekeeper being naughty? Like, how does the whole thing laid out? Especially since you're not working for a studio and there's no real movie you're shooting for. It's just a scene.
I have a notebook.
Oh.
Okay, so it depends. So Sarah comes into town. And so, actually, Sarah comes into town to LA usually. So then you go to LA to see Sarah. And so when it's all of us like that together, it's usually like, I don't know, what do you want to shoot? I don't know, what did we do last time? Okay, well, no, we can't do. So we just kind of shoot. But then if it's someone I've never shot with, or maybe I'm not chummy pals with, then I had all scripted out. And I already know what we're going to do, and this is going to, whatever. But then you have like very low key, relaxed. I mean, I can count. I mean, how many, I can't count how many times we were going to shoot, and then we like didn't because we were talking, or we like Sarah and Carla. There's been several times that we've not.
How important is the skill of improv in the industry? Now, Randy says I'd be really good at Dungeons and Dragons because I'm really good at improv. I've never played that. And also I've never done porn, but I'm also really good at improv, Ray. So like when you guys are getting together, you just like, let's just go with it and see what happens. Or like, how much are there people who just like need a script? Like professional wrestling, for instance. I like professional wrestling, and there are some wrestlers who have to script out every little bit before they get into the ring, and others like, just call it in the ring. Let's see what happens. So how much improv is done?
Well, if you're not good at improv and you're bad at sex, you're not going anywhere.
Yeah.
Okay, there you go.
So improv really helps in situations like she described, where if you're a shooter, like again, we're talking all like DIY content people. Some people are very particular about how they want to set up their scene, like what leads into whatever sex you're doing that day. I'm not. I strip it down. I just want to do the sex and then worry about wrapping it up later, because everyone has what they're trying to purvey and what flavors they're sharing. So improv totally helps, even in those situations for me, because sometimes I'll change it up and maybe I will do a stupid scenario. You never know. But improv is a very friendly thing to have a feather in your cap that only can help and not hurt. Because if you don't have improv, and you're just a regimented, like, we have to do it this way, sometimes it's going to be oil and water with somebody, and it's just not going to work out. I mean, you can always fall back on regimen or bullet points or something, but I thought we were here to like fuck. And
well, I guess there's you always have at least, and I know Sarah probably does the same thing. We have ideas of what you want to do, and we have a notebook where I'll put down ideas, and then sometimes I'll have an idea for a particular model. And or like if it's a stepmom role, I might think about this model because she or he looks younger, that kind of thing. But I don't script out anything.
Mm-hmm.
But I am pretty good at improv. So that a lot.
Well, you guys want another bad idea? It's this. Mad Lib porn. It's full, like people just yell out things, then you gotta just roll with the punches.
You gotta do it. Yeah.
That's actually way better. That's way better than the first one.
Yeah. Oh, come on, Swine. The first one's good.
We're trending up. I'm all for it.
Sarah,
if you got people going to keep their dick hard, it's going to work. It's going to be fun.
Yep.
Sarah, what are your thoughts on the whole improv of it all?
No, absolutely. And I do the same thing. Notebook, and I have notes in my phone because I get ideas, like in the middle of the night, and then I'm like, oh shit, my notebook's in the office. So,
don't leave it there.
Well, it's in the office. So yeah, I jot ideas down, and it's rare that I come across something that's so specific that I'm like, okay, I need to write a whole script for this because it's a super specific story. And I still feel like even if I had that type of story, that it would still be more of a framework where it's like, here's the story, you fill in the words, because people speak differently.
Mad Libs.
Like,
yeah.
Dialogue. So yeah, I'm all about here's the concept. Let's wing it.
This is exactly like podcasting. Like, it's exactly what I do with Ray. Like, I have ideas in the middle of the night, and I just start texting him. So, Ray, put these in the notes, because I make Ray do the notes. Yeah. We don't make any money doing this like you guys, so it's really not that important. So, where did Eric go? I wanted to ask him a question. Is he around? Is he coming back? Yeah. Oh, Eric, do you edit the content of the lovely Jessica Lust?
I edit almost all of her content.
Yeah. All right. So let me ask you, because I was curious about this. When obviously, you guys are together all the time, and you do
why are you laughing? You started laughing.
I thought of a funny inside joke. I'll tell in a minute.
All right. So when you start editing Jessica's scenes, how clinical does it get, or like, are you still like turned on every second of it? Like, what's that process like?
I mean, it just depends on the scene. I don't know. Sometimes it does turn me on. And other times I could just be
burned out and just don't care.
Well, I mean, it is work, but it's fun and it is work, but sometimes
depends on the subject matter. You have to remember there's so much that we do that it's not actually arousing for us. I mean, it may look like it,
yeah.
but sometimes I'm sure you get aroused heavily when you're editing pantyhose video, aren't you?
Yeah.
I do a lot of panty fetish videos. But yeah, I had to laugh because you ask the male. Now, the female counterpart is there's a cycle when you have a partner that you live with, that you do this with. So when I first started camming, it was always like, ooh, what do you have on? Ooh, I love that. Let me see that. And then 6 months, a year later of camming, I could walk down in some leather outfit with my nipples out and my ass hanging out, I don't know, whatever. And he doesn't even look up.
But you've been doing this for a decade.
Yeah. And then it's kind of like that with video editing. Sometimes he'll knock out, 5 lips in one setting and you never know. And then other times you got the dick waggle going on. He's out there he turns around, he's like, just being a guy like you do. That's why I started laughing. I'm like, how honest are you going to be? You're going to tell him about the dick waggling and the
dick waggling? I don't know what that means. That's for your own enjoyment.
Oh, dick waggling. May have titled the episode right. We'll see.
Dick waggling.
So the reason I ask, because just like any creative endeavor, right? You got to have that passion for it to be fun, right? So I've recently gotten into video editing. Obviously, I'm not doing anything adult, but there are days when I'm bored as hell doing it and I don't want to do it. And then there are other days I'm just feeling really creative and I'm throwing in sound effects or effects here and there. I'm just making a masterpiece. So yeah, I was just curious how that works. Eric, do you get more turned on watching your wife with another man or with another woman? You got to think about that one. That's got to be tough.
Equal parts.
I mean, I like seeing her with someone else more than solo. I don't know. It just depends on the performer. It really does. Because once you get to know people off camera and like you watch the scene, you're like, oh, they're in the voice or
it's true. It's true.
The face or the sound, like like that in real life.
Oh, that's her fake orgasm.
Yeah. Sarah, how about with you? I assume you do your own video editing there. Is there a point where it just becomes clinical and you can't stand to watch it, or does it still kind of turn you on after when you come back and relive the scene?
Eric is sorry.
It's so funny because like I don't always like to watch myself. So it's very like, okay, so how quickly can I edit this and move forward?
I get it.
I don't know.
She doesn't like to watch her videos.
Yeah, so that was the next question. Do we enjoy rewatching and seeing how we did? Or do we just let them put them on the internet and be done with it?
Okay. Honestly, for several years, I never watched myself. Like, just fucking do it. I don't want to see it kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I'm too critical of myself. And it's not like, oh, I'm fat or, oh, I don't look pretty. I mean, like, ew, look, I have a bump on my butt. Oh my God, did you see my face? What's wrong with my face? Look at my eyes. Why am I making that face? So, there's no arousal for me unless it's certain like there's been a couple of videos I've made with people that were like on bucket lists that I was really, really attracted to or whatever reason, There's a scene I did with Marilyn Mason that I can watch that. I watch that as many times as I can.
She's got nice tattoos.
She has nice. Yes, she does. Very nice tatas too. But anyways, but yeah, it's that's the only time I get aroused is whenever it's like there's specific people that I enjoy watching myself.
Sarah, how about you?
There's some stuff that I get into, but yeah, I am really weird about just seeing myself. I'm like, oh man, this is great. Like if I could just isolate seeing them, that would be great. It's the whole like, ooh, what is up with my face? Like, why do I look like I'm having an exorcism done?
Yeah. You know what I find my problem when I see myself in videos, and I'm very lanky. Like I'm only 5'10", but I look taller than I am. And I'm just, blah, blah. Who's that who's talking? Sarah, so we're going to start wrapping up here. Jessica famously did a scene with Swiney, with the, was it Swiney, the double reverse, jack of clubs, ace of spades maneuver. Have you ever done that with Swiney and Angus?
The king of clubs, DP?
The king of clubs, that's it.
Hard. I want. Get a tattoo on your arm.
Let's do it, Rem.
Yeah, you've never done the king of clubs with Swiney and Angus, Sarah?
She hasn't. Hopefully next time. Not yet.
Yeah, recall when she told me though, she was like, yeah, I did that. It was kind of cool. And I was like, oh, okay. Like that's a thing that could be done.
Swiney, whose dick hurt the most? Was it yours or Angus after that? Because that looks very uncomfortable for the two of you.
It didn't hurt. It was just fun.
I was like, did you get hurt?
No, it worked out. It was fun.
I might have made some faces.
I mean, it was work. I mean, I'm not going to lie. I mean, you got to, because see, I'm in the front. I was kind of helping her like get her balance, so she's like using my arms and,
And then orgasm starts coming, and then I just in disregard for his.
I was getting the brunt of the weight of that whole exchange, which is fine. I can handle it, but I think Angus was in like the real easy chair back there. He's just in the back, like this.
He was. He was. So. I watched one video, a clip of it, and I was like,
anything for porno, guys. Well, almost anything.
And like,
that's as far as it goes.
Like body logistic when you get into stuff like a DP and stuff, because it's like trying to adjust, like, okay, well, where does my body go? And I'm trying to not kill people, and so that's always my concern. I'm like, I don't want to kill you, but I don't know where I'm supposed to.
I'm up for the risk every time. I don't care. Put me under a moving truck, I'll go for it.
Man, that could be something. Ray, keep that one in the notebook. Yeah. Ray, now's your chance to ask your questions, because I don't want to keep our guests for the rest of the night when they have this precious time to hang out and do stuff.
No, that was all I had as far as that. I was just laughing.
King of Clubs DP.
To address this as the you're about to ask your question, but you mentioned it, that you've been doing the video editing for some other stuff. But that's for non-adult,
very non-adult
videos. But all I was thinking in my head was that you were going to ask Eric for some advice, and then all of a sudden those videos are going to have an adult film tint to them in the future somehow, some way.
Well, that's the ultimate goal.
Funny.
You know what my contract says. I got to get one of these things produced in the next, before next year. So we'll see.
We'll make it happen.
Yeah. We're going to start
got a
with
lot of good ideas floating around.
With the pizza box.
Are you going to use? Or are you going to fly the girls out to you? What are you doing?
I don't know yet. Because since nobody can fly, nobody can do anything. Yeah. We'll figure it out, Swiney. All right,
you don't fly cheap right now.
Yeah, get off my dick, man.
Yeah. Hey, I got one question then. So next time I'm in Vegas, if I hit you guys up and you're filming, you guys like have like I could like just stop by and watch kind of thing. Is there like some bleachers or something? I could just sit there and just maybe some tickets.
Typically, no, only because it becomes like a carnival, like sideshow aspect of we're the animals behind the glass, and you're like, wow, this is amazing.
You can watch.
Oh yeah.
But when you're cool with someone and the vibe's there, then no problem.
Yeah. I promise I won't yell out Mad Libs unless prompted to do so.
What does Ray need to do to perform? Does he just need to get tested, or does he have to?
That's the thing. I wasn't even trying to say that. That was the thing.
Exercise.
Like, I would just love to just come and see how it's done.
No, don't give him any ideas.
No.
I may or may not already have performing on my resume, so we don't need to go.
Ray.
It's not on my bucket list anymore, so we're good.
I learn something about you new every week.
Anytime you want to do something and you really want to do it, you end up doing it. That's all there is.
Exactly.
You want to play violin or drive a fucking cab or like fly a hang glider. If you really want to do it, you're going to do it. So
exactly.
That's really great advice. More people need to hear that, Swiney. If you're going to do it, just do it.
Also, see, fucking on camera is one thing. Fucking in front of a room with people on camera is different. I'm not into fucking in front of a bunch of people, right? That's why I didn't do it that way my whole career. I was a POV guy, and then I did pro-am stuff later. If you're cool with fucking in front of a bunch of people and cameras, then you're golden. No problem. All you got to do is just show up with a heart on and go for it. And try not cheese ball and pop too fast.
No problem. Yeah, well, so I guess I'll just get a hold of Jessica so I can just watch through the window so it doesn't disturb your filming.
I'll tell you what, I'll have Jessica and Eric and Angus, they'll all be together, and Angus loves showing off. It's funny how he's like, the more people watch him, the better.
He does.
Nice. Yeah. That dude wants to be like in the middle of the LA Coliseum.
Yeah.
Sarah, I think the last time I had sex with Sarah, she was there. Yeah. We were all there. It was in the club.
Oh, right.
This is fantastic.
You want to get a feel, go to Carla's club.
Yes, you can come to Vegas. We'll drive over for a club event, and you can.
We don't know when that's going to be open again.
Yeah, that's true.
Is that a sex club?
Yeah.
She has a couple.
Oh, Tuesdays, man. Yes.
You know what's funny? Here in Connecticut, there used to be a sex club on Route 15. None of you know where that is. It was called Le Chateau, right? And I was always thinking, man, that would be fun to go in there and check it out, right? They closed it down one year. The city got involved and closed the whole thing down, and now it's an Indian restaurant. So I've actually never been in there to have Indian food. The old sex club. That's weird. I don't know. That's apropos of nothing. But all right. This has been so much fun. Thank you, all four of you, for coming on. I wasn't expecting Swiney or Eric until the last minute, and I'm so glad you guys were there because, Eric, I've always wanted to ask you those questions. So thank you. Thank you for answering. And Swiney, always a pleasure. So let's start with Sarah. Thank you for coming on tonight, Sarah. How do we, well, first of all, I do want to apologize one more time for Ray's, bungling of this. Okay. At some point that shirt will make its way to you, one way or the other. I'll be looking again tomorrow to see where it's going because it was on its way somewhere this afternoon. I checked again. I don't know where. But one way we'll get it. We'll get that because that's that idea of Ray's is near and dear to my heart, and I'm really looking forward to do it. I'm sorry, Swiney. I think it's a great idea. But Sarah, why don't you tell us what you got coming up or anything coming up, and where we can find your links and all that fun stuff.
I'm still in a semi-quarantine over here, but still making stuff, still doing things, and the easiest way to find me is allmylinks.com/Sarah Star or onlysarah.com.
Very good. Awesome. Thank you very much. Swiney, where are we going to look at all your fun stuff and the King of Clubs, Ace of Spades, reverse, Jack of Knives, One-Eyed Jack,
Joker
DPs.
Card. Just look at Pork Vendor, one word, capital P. Pork Vendor on Twitter. That's the best way because it links to everything, and that's where I put my little trailers and stuff up there. That's a good place to start and finish it all.
All right. Hey, Swiney, I wanted to ask you last time and I forgot, and I want to ask you now real quick because it just popped in my head. Do you have male fans who are into you, and do you hear from them?
Far too many, far too often.
Yeah. Do you just kind of just go with it now, or was that weird to get used to, or how was that whole thing?
Well, I mean, I think it helped from going through the main ranks of porno. You just kind of get used to what fanfare is through like osmosis, like seeing how other people handle it. So once it kind of came around, and especially during the Pro-Am era, it really kind of took off. You can't pick who likes you, and you can't determine your own fans. So until anyone says something like inappropriate or something I'm not into, everything's fine. I don't care who likes me. I don't need people suggesting things repeatedly or requesting stuff I'm not going to do. That gets really irritating. But
more dick pics than I do.
I don't get a lot of dick pics. I just get way too many requests for stuff I'm not going to do. And
right.
And
touch Angus's pee-pee.
They just want straight up buy scenes. I'm not doing that. So at some point it just becomes like, all right, cool. Thanks for the fanfare. Take it somewhere else. And if they keep going, I'm like, F you, you're out. Bye.
All right. Awesome.
The Hamster page, my little promo page, I get a lot of like messages over there. And I'll try and, entertain a sentence or two or an exchange, here and there. But, I'm not so much to be like, you got to pay me for my time. I don't do that. But at some point, it's not worth my time because I don't know if they're paying for anything or not, right? If they're really a fan. So I do my best to be as cavalier with my fans and then tell them what I do and don't do. And thanks for their energy and their support. But after a while, it can get a bit irritating and tedious, and you got to just shut them off. But what are you going to do? I put it up here. It comes with the territory,
Porno is just like podcasting. It's exactly the same with us. Exactly the same.
I'm sure you got plenty of podcasters, fans wanting you to podcast about things you don't like
dick pics nonstop. It's crazy.
Yeah. Like Barry Manilow. You don't want to talk about that.
You know what? What's funny is, there's a surprising amount of Barry Manilow in my house at all times, and for reasons. Ray, is the guy mowing his lawn again? Is that what's happening? I saw you give the finger to your window.
It's 8:00 at night, like 8:10 at night, and some motherfucker's like time to mow the lawn. Hey, who the fuck are you, dude? Should I open the window and yell at him?
The guy mowing his lawn, that's what he's doing.
Yeah.
Open my window and yell at him like I'm fucking podcasting.
Jessica, I see Eric got up, but where do we find more of you and Eric?
Eric has ericdickerson.com. DIKKERSUN.
Dickerson.
And lustybbws.com.
Yeah, lustybbws.com. I have an OnlyFans, which is thejessicalust.com. And my official website is Jessica Lust for the number UYOU. Jessica Lust for you.
Fantastic. So, Eric, if we sent you a t-shirt, could you change your name to Dickman for like one scene? Eric Dickman? All right. Let's get that.
Is actually this guy is the one who gave me the moniker.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So yeah.
Is there something behind it, or are you just thinking of the football player?
But he spells it with 2 Ks.
Yeah.
You.
Yeah.
You. So I said your name is Eric Dickerson because he has a bit of a southern drawl, especially when he's
southern drawl.
Talking with Jessica
from Iowa.
Either way, he's got that drawl in his voice. And I said, your name should be Eric Dickerson.
We were doing a 4. It was me, you, 5. Yeah.
It was 5 of us.
There was 5 of us. 2 girls, 3 guys.
Yeah. It was really sticky, messy fit.
Lots of jizz.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. Sounds like fun. It's like type of party Ray's like. So, okay, last final question, and I'll let everybody go because you're talking about names, is that we had asked Sarah Starr one time about my porn name of Rem Dickman, and then she suggested Ram Dickman. So, Swiney, my adult star name, Rem Dickman, what do you think? That's a good name, right? I could sell some. No, it's not.
I mean, hey man, if you believe in it, run with it.
I think he's politely saying no. It's
better than Rem Dick Wad.
That's true.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, I'm the host here. Okay, be nice.
Hey, you can't change your last name. Okay, I mean you can, but
I was born with this name. What do you want me to do, Jessica? What are your thoughts? You prefer Ram versus Rem?
Well, I think it makes more porn sense, Ram.
Yeah. Okay. The Dickman isn't porn enough.
The last name's not porn enough. That's fine.
Yeah, that's fun. All right. Sarah Starr, Jessica Lust, Eric Dickerson, Swiney, thank you all so much. This has been great. Appreciate all your insights into the current state of porn and all the other fun stuff we talked about. Really appreciate your time, and I hope we can do it again very soon.
Yay, yes, let's do it. Cool.
See you next week.
Next time, next week, buddy. Live sex show on the podcast. I think we should do that. Ray, good idea. Thank you, everybody. Have a great night.
Later. Bye.
Thanks.
Bye.
Good seeing you guys.
All right, Ray. That was fun. Yeah. I was not expecting to have Eric and Swiney, and so I feel like we may have neglected Sarah a little bit, and I was trying to keep everybody involved. Tell me I did a good job.
Well, yeah, I mean it can be difficult when you have just lots of people. I mean that is just the fact of the matter, right? So
yeah. I forgot Randy's voicemail. She's been on before.
We all know, anyone's listened in the past that has heard her on, we all know she's amazing and incredible. Had a great time. She's been a fantastic guest. Just in a small dose this time. But yeah.
Yeah. All right. Let's we don't have nothing else to do. Let's do some voicemails because I should have played one of these while everybody was here. But what are you going to do?
This is the voicemail bumper. This is the bumper on your left, and this is the bumper on your right. This is a badass guitar riff. And finally, here's your voicemails. Sorry, that guitar riff's too cool not to play twice.
Hey, I've reached the Dickman line. My name is Randy @Zero with an E, and I am the executive producer of the best damn podcast on the internet, The Rich Dickman Show. And I'm calling in to say that I like nature. You know? I didn't used to. It's weird. Because I grew up kind of in the forest where I was raised. And I spent all my time inside playing video games. Not a lot out. Because I don't like being hot and sweaty. I mean, I used to go outside and like cut wood and stuff and ride my 4-wheeler. And, you know, and all that was great, but, you know, I just grew out of it. And people stopped telling me to go outside. I did. Now that I'm older, I'm rediscovering it. The beauty and the serenity that you get whenever you're sitting out here, except for the goddamn cars fucking driving by. That ruins the whole fucking thing. I don't know if you can hear that, but fuck.
All right, buddy. No dead air.
But yeah, no.
There you go.
Nature.
Nope.
I mean, there's dog shit over here. There's a lot of grass everywhere. There's bugs.
What kind of grass?
The sun feels amazing. Although it's not out right
Kentucky
now.
blue.
Kind of looking like
Smoking
a storm. But, you know, it's just being present.
God damn, Randy.
It helps you do that.
I'm glad I didn't do this in front of the ladies.
Anyway, I was wondering if, you know, any of your guests enjoy anal. All right, everybody. Have a great night.
They do. I can answer that for them. They do. I've seen it.
I was like an eyewitness to some of their videos. Can I just say,
Randy's
for anybody,
crying.
this should be like a weekly segment of watch Randy react to his own voicemails. Like, I can't get over it. It is so funny. The voicemail starts playing, and Randy gets, like, if you're in the live show chat, in the Discord, what is it? Discord, what is it? Something /TRDS1. Jesus Christ.
bit.do/TRDS1.
So, bit.do/TRDS1, which, as I was saying, take two there. Chink. But when we watch Randy's face, it is priceless, where he's almost like a moment of realization, like, oh shit, yeah, I left this voicemail.
Oh yeah, I did that.
But I don't quite remember what it was. So I'm about to find out. It's so fun. It's so fun. Thank you, Randy. I thoroughly enjoy this every time it happens. And I hope for more. And I hope that more people can join the live show chat. The video, we got the video going. It is fantastic. It's priceless. I love it.
We had Jessica and Swiney and Eric all in video too. All right, here's the next one.
Mm-hmm. Hello to Rem and Ray and everybody that helped make the Rich Dickman Show my favorite podcast to listen to. This is Svensson here, and I'm calling in a nomination for Dick of the Week. This week, we've got another bad driver Dick of the Week. Now, I've called these in before, and sometimes you guys don't understand the situation that I'm trying to express for the driving.
Hold on. We only go off the information we're given, Svensson. It's not our fault if we don't get all the details. All right, bud? All right.
And you get it wrong. So hopefully you guys get this one correct. Okay, basically here's the situation. Picture a 4-lane highway.
Hold on.
2 lanes
Hold
going.
on. Pause. Okay. What if Svensson sent us in video of these bad drivers? Then we'd know for sure.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. All right. There we go, Svensson. That'll solve your problem.
Yep.
All right, let's go.
2 lanes going south. Now, there's a truck in front of me that's going rather slow, and I'm trying to get around him. However, I couldn't because there's a semi to one side of me. So we get up to the stoplight area, and the stoplight stretches out to 3 lanes. There's a left turn lane, there's a center straight lane, and there's a right turn lane. So the truck that I'm behind is a little pickup truck. It's in the straight lane and, right in front of me. So sitting there waiting for the light to turn. The light turns, and then all of a sudden he decides to make a right-hand turn. What a freaking idiot. He takes and makes a right-hand turn.
Yeah,
he could have gotten in a right-hand turn lane and made a turn. Instead, he decides he wants to get in front of my way. Anyway, that's about it. Nothing really big or anything. Just a bad driver, probably. Not so much of a dick. But hey, I mean, this is the first one I've had in a couple weeks. Because you guys know, the world's pretty much literally been on fire lately. So anyway, Ray, Rem, I hope you guys are doing well. Stay happy. Take care.
So he just told us that we don't do a good enough job of taking his shit seriously, and then he told us it's not that big of a deal.
Yes.
God damn! I was gonna just award him Dick of the Week this week because we don't, I don't want to get any. Yeah, but forget that. I guess we got to do a story now.
Yeah.
Nah, I'm gonna give it to Svensson. Yeah, I'm sorry you had to experience that, buddy. I don't know if the world is literally on fire, but it's pretty bad. It's pretty bad.
Bad drivers are bad drivers, Svensson. I'm with you, man. Like, we need to somehow figure out a way to get rid of them. Like I've, pitched many times in the past. Something along the lines of an app where you can fucking
report bad drivers. Shame.
Where you can report bad drivers to the DMV, right? Yeah. Something along those lines. Again, it's got to be refined, but yes, bad drivers. We need to get rid of them, especially, in my opinion, old people. If you can't turn your neck to see if there's someone in the next lane, they have to take like some sort of physical or something, right? Like unsafe driving is unsafe driving. It needs to be fixed. And these people that don't have any clue what they're doing, being in the far left lane and making a right-hand turn, you can't do that. It's insane. You're going to kill people. Yeah, so let's get rid of them. And if you can, take video of them. Since we don't have an app to report it, take video of them, Svensson. And then you know what? We'll send the Dick Patrol, sick the Dick Patrol on them, and we'll get them reprimanded.
Dick Patrol.
You want segments? We've got segments. It's Thinking with Your Dickman.
All right, Ray, what do we got today?
Just listening to that bumper makes me want to make a ton of bumpers.
You know what?
Maybe
once we start making money making porn, we can pay you more money. So
yeah, we could do bumpers in our porn.
Ooh, bumper porn! I love it.
Idea, but such a good idea.
Bumper porn. All right,
so we have a write in here from Dick Dickman.
Yeah, that's where they come from. Our people write them in. This is Dick Dickman.
Mm-hmm. Apparently,
we know who Dick Dickman is. You hear him. He's left a couple voicemails. So it looks like he wants to take this seriously now.
So Dick Dickman writes in. Oh God, I don't know if I can do the voice.
You have to.
Hey, hello, it's me, Dick Dickman from the Dick Dickman Show. I was wondering if you could give me some advice on dealing with my newfound STDs. I don't know who gave me the AIDS, but I need to hunt them down and give them a lawsuit for ruining my sex life. Boner.
Okay, first of all, Dick Dickman, I got this one, Ray. Don't worry. Dick Dickman, you need to go see a doctor because I don't know what STDs you got. You don't got AIDS. Nobody gets AIDS anymore. That's kind of disappeared. If you've seen the commercials, there's only a specific 2 groups of people who get AIDS. All right? Ray, don't look at me like that. You've seen the commercial for the thing with PrEP? The PrEP? What the hell is it called? Primavera with PrEP?
I don't know.
I don't remember.
I don't know.
Randy, look it up. Look up AIDS PrEP medicine. And there's only 2 groups of people, 3 groups of people in that commercial. So Dick Dickman, unless you're one of those 3 groups of people, you're not getting AIDS. Listen, I understand we can't put people in groups anymore, but that's what the commercial is. Okay?
Yes. No, that's fair. What I would say is, this sounds like not actually Dick Dickman. It sounds like someone impersonating Dick Dickman. Maybe the way I read it didn't do him any favors, but I think we should get a real Dick Dickman to write in. This one sounds not very well thought out. Just kind of rush through it. Maybe they just type something up and send it over. Made a quick Gmail account. It says Dick Dickman 87. I mean, come on. This is a dead giveaway. You're not the real Dick Dickman. So you know what? You don't even deserve any advice from me. Come up with a real problem and write in so we can solve real problems in the world today. How's that?
Yeah.
How you like that?
Yeah. I like it a lot. I'm trying to find this commercial now.
Okay. Yeah. Do you want me to keep rating fake Dick Dickman?
I mean, you can. Was this Truvada?
Yeah.
Is this Truvada with... No, that's not it.
Maybe come up with some some real good ideas, like ad-lib porn or something.
Mad Libs porn?
Not fake STD/AIDS that you definitely don't have. Maybe come up with a real something or other, a real problem. Like, I don't know, you got some spoiled milk. What are you going to do with it?
Pill too, but it's not birth control.
So I can do more. Because I wanted.
Oh, wait. No, this is a parody. That's a parody. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Somebody did
So it might sound very similar, though. It might.
Curling up in bed with your favorite book is always nice, but as a sexually active man who has sex with men...
This is a parody as well. God damn it. This is not the official prep commercial. Fuck. This is not. See, all right. It's all full of parodies on YouTube. I'm sorry. I didn't mean for that to happen.
Okay, so is this a good thing or a bad thing? That we try and look for the real, and all you get is parodies?
Yeah, that's bad because there's an actual commercial for the AIDS prep medication that you take to keep AIDS away from you. And listen, okay, they're only portraying 3 different groups of people in this. And I think that's a real something we need to talk about because nobody talks about it anymore. Nobody talks about, who's getting AIDS. I don't know why I'm standing on this hill. Ray, I need to move on and get off into something else.
Yeah, you know what I want to talk about? Why the fuck it took them 20 minutes to mow their fucking lawn? That's like fucking 18 square feet of lawn.
Yeah, it takes us hours out here. We got a lot of property.
Fucking piece of shit.
We got a lot of property.
I swear to God, like I could. It's like 18 paces across their backyard, and maybe 4 paces the other direction. It doesn't take 20 minutes. They're just a shitty fucking person.
You should probably go tell them that and tell them to get AIDS. No, don't do that, Ray. That's not.
Do you want me to?
I don't know why.
Do you want me to hook up my microphone to my laptop and go over there and do that right now?
Here, Randy sent me a link.
That's a great idea.
Yeah, pre-exposure prophylaxis. Yeah, so that's PrEP, and so you take that. There's a commercial for it. It's gonna bother me, right? Okay, Ray. Let's talk about some things real quick. I have a friend who goes to Massachusetts quite often, and he was telling me about this great experience that he just recently had. All right, and that Massachusetts, things are starting to open back up there, and of course, in Massachusetts, marijuana is legal. Okay, recreational marijuana is legal, right?
Okay, yeah.
And you can't go into the store yet, he told me, but he needed to get his weed on. So what he did is he went on to a website and he put an order in, and then he reserved a pickup time, Ray. So he's telling me that he's like, I got this time, Rem, from 3:30 to 4. I could show up anytime in between. And he told me he drove up to the building. He pulled into the parking lot. Okay. And then he pulled up to the first station, and they said, hey, can I see your ID and your order confirmation? And then they said, okay, go around to the other side. He drives around to the other side of the building. All right. All the cones are marked off and everybody is super cool and super friendly. And he pulls up and they have like 2 different lanes, one guy directing traffic. So you can do 2 transactions instead of building a big line of cars. So my friend Mike says, so I pull up and I tell them my name. I give them my ID, and out they come with my order, and I pay for it in the car. Ray, it was fucking drive-through marijuana dispensary. The guy just put his order in online, and he picked it up through the drive-through. Isn't that amazing? We've come so far in our world. Good for you, Mike. I'm so happy you told me that, because I really wanted to tell Ray. I know Randy's listening, and Randy doesn't do any drugs. I understand that, but in his state, you can't.
Never will.
Yeah, you can't do anything in his state. And Ray, it's all Ray can just walk into the store. I don't know. Are your marijuana stores open, Ray?
Oh yeah, no. We were driving through the next town over a couple weeks ago, and we were driving down one of the main streets. And we were just this was around that time that I went into that grocery store, and they had that whole kerfuffle behind their plexiglass fortress. But basically, same time, we're driving through there, and this is literally everyone's wearing masks, everyone's freaking out about coronavirus. And there's a line of like 15, 20 people down the block. And we're like, what is that? And on the way back, we were like looking at it intentionally. Yeah, it's a dispensary. Yep.
So they allowed them inside? So they were waiting outside to go in?
Well, I don't know for sure. I'm guessing that they let them inside or whatever it was. I mean, there's still fucking 15, 20 people outside. Maybe they're letting them in one at a time, something like that. I don't know for sure.
Oh, it's just crazy.
I do know here in California, they do have advertisements on billboards, if you can imagine that, for weed delivery.
Wow. Wow, that's like the next evolution. Drive through weed and then weed delivery. It's amazing. So thank you, Mike, for telling me that story. That blows my mind. That we've come that far. The world's burning, like Svensson said, but you can still drive through and get your weed. Ray, do you have one thing you want to talk about real quick, or do you just want to do that last thing and get the fuck out of here?
Whatever you want to do. Maybe let's see.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what.
What do you want to talk about?
So Ray and I were talking about this. All right. That, Ray and I were talking about giving advice earlier this afternoon. I said, Ray, you're so good at giving advice. You could have done Triple T. And then Ray said, oh my God, we should do a Triple T bonus episode. Mm-hmm. So producers of the Rich Dickman Show, if you can pull some of that Triple T music, because I don't have any of my shit anymore. I don't know. Pulling it. I've got all the episodes. Maybe we can pull an intro or something. One of the more non-Julesy intros. Maybe the one with me and Fit. If we can find one of those. I don't know. Mm-hmm. But we can take questions from the audience, all 7 of them, and maybe 2 of them give us questions. But we can do a Triple T bonus episode. What do you think?
I am all for it. I think we can do it. As far as, let me see here. Actually, I have oh shit, dude. I have like all these things. I have 109 episodes of Triple T downloaded. So if we need to, we can. We
just play over Triple T episodes. Randy, nod your head or shake your head. What do you think? Is that a good idea? Randy,
he's motionless. Randy. He's a stoned statue.
Randy, you okay?
He's a stone statue.
All right, Randy's not moving. No, maybe his video. No, his flag's moving in the background.
He's not even blinking. Yeah,
he's there. He's laughing. Okay. All right, Randy. Yeah, he says it's a good idea. Okay,
it's a good idea.
So we're probably going to do that. All right. So
we got the thumbs up. It's going to happen.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Red, I didn't want to do this. Okay, because I don't want to be one of those people who's just going out of their way to virtue signal and tell everybody how great I am because I care about everybody else. Okay, but there's a lot of stuff.
I've been waiting for this opportunity.
Randy fell asleep with his eyes open. All right, so we know it is June 4th of 2020. Okay, coronavirus is over because everybody's out protesting and rioting and looting, which is just the craziest. It's just the craziest thing.
No, I'm just saying
we'll know in 2 weeks. We'll see in 2 weeks. Everybody's going to die or nothing's going to happen. But yeah,
it's a good test if you want to put it.
It really is. Yeah, it really is a good test, right?
I mean, for real.
we had Vito Giswaldi on with us last week, and we did mention the unfortunate cop killing of a black man named George Floyd. And since then, that was last Thursday, and we've had all sorts of protests and rioting and all sorts of fun stuff going on the last several days all over the country and the world. I don't know if you've seen this, but they're protesting America, and they're protesting American cops killing black men in Canada and England and in all sorts of places, which is, I don't know, that's weird to me because I don't give a shit about England. Like, they could do something with the Queen and I would not care. I don't give a shit about other countries. So it's so weird to me when other countries think about us. Anyways, I don't have any thoughts, Ray, because none of my thoughts matter. That's the thing. None of my thoughts matter. I don't have any experience with anything that a black person goes through in their life. And, all I can do is just be me. And I can just treat everybody the way I treat them now, which is fair and equal. And I've never seen a way to treat them otherwise. And apparently, if you say all lives matter, that's racist. So I guess all lives don't matter. I don't know what the politically correct thing to say is, so I'm not going to say it. I'm not even going to try. I was driving down the road today. I was coming home from work and I saw a couple of teenagers on the corner of 2 crossroads on my way home, and there's like 3 of them. And if I had more time, I would have pulled over and just take my iPhone out and started interviewing them. But one of them was holding a sign that said white silence equals white violence. And I don't get that. That's just weird. The messaging is weird. If you're trying to persuade people, to your side, I don't think looting a Louis Vuitton store is the right way to go. And I don't think murdering a retired police officer in St. Louis is the way to go either. There's other ways to do this. I fully support protests. When they told us we couldn't protest several weeks ago and protesting was not essential, I thought that was bullshit. So I fully support everybody's right to protest. I do not support their right to riot or loot or damage things. But even that's a controversial stance, Ray. Isn't that weird? Isn't that weird? If I say, hey, you probably shouldn't be breaking those windows open, then I'm like, you don't know what the people are going through. I don't, but they still shouldn't be breaking people's windows and stealing their stuff. I think it's gone a little too far. But again, none of my opinions matter because I am not one of the people who is being affected by this. I do my thing and I go about my life, and that's it. Again, 100% support your right to protest, but I will not be doing any of the virtue signaling that you see all over social media the past couple of days. It's crazy to me that I need Lego's opinion on this. Like fucking Lego and Coca and Pepsi and like all sorts of brands are making sure that we know they support the movement. The Coca-Cola, which made plenty of Nazi soda back in the 40s. It's a lot of weird stuff right now that everybody's trying to out virtue signal the next person, and it's crazy to me, and I will not participate in any of that. Yeah, I've been purposely silent on social media because of it, because I just don't need any of it, because no matter what you say, it's either not enough or it's always wrong. So I know what I'm saying now is probably wrong to somebody too, and that's fine. But this is the only place I'll say it. So go ahead, Ray. You can say what you need to.
Well, that's all I really want to say is I don't want to say anything because everyone out there is finding a way to, I don't know if it's coronavirus and people haven't been pent up or, I don't even know, but it feels like everyone has a bunch of anger. And no matter what anyone says, if someone's trying to help and their intentions are good, everyone wants to attack them instead of saying, hey, I see where you're coming from. And I love those intentions. But here's a little bit more information to keep guiding you in the right direction. No one's doing that. No one. It's violence, hatred, nothing but. And so anyone saying anything it's wrong. All I want to say is, you know what? People saying you have a platform, you have to say something or whatever. No, like you don't. You know what? To me, actions speak louder than words. I don't even want to talk about it. Like, it's just ridiculous how everything's unfolding. And you know what? Rather than talk about all this stuff, and keep stirring the pot, if you will, just for others. I mean, I'm going to live my life how I live it, which is treating people fairly, treating them equally, give everyone the equal opportunity and the decency that they deserve. And that's all you should be doing. That's what all anyone should be doing. That's it. Nothing more.
That's your white privilege speaking. See, you can't win. You can't win. Exactly, no matter what you say, you can't win. Yeah. No matter what. So you know what? I mean, so in my opinion, I really don't want to dive into the details of it because I don't know a single person that thinks what happened to George Floyd is okay. Right? Right. No, I don't know anyone that thinks like, yeah, he deserved it. No one. So how things are escalating, to me, it's like, yeah, this is getting out of hand. Like, so you got to think
in all parties. You know what I mean?
You've taken away jobs of millions of people. You've locked them inside their houses for the past 3 months. You told them they couldn't go to church or see their family. And then what do you think would happen? It all just boiled over. It's all connected, man. You know, the George Floyd murder was just the boiling point. And then boom, explosion.
And I'll say this. I agree. We can all improve. Like, right? Like that's the thing. We can all get better. Every single person, but we don't get there by telling other people you're a racist because you said that when their intentions are pure, like when they're trying to get on the right path. Like let's work together and get there as a group. There are people that don't give a flying fuck and they will be racist, and those motherfuckers get them. I don't know what that means exactly, but like fucking
easy, Ray. They can go fuck themselves. Do that one.
Like those guys, like seriously, if you're a shitty person, you're a shitty person. You'll be dealt with accordingly at some point, like however it is. All right. But like, if we're a guy that has good intentions, is being, crucified as a racist. Well, all of a sudden the guy that is a fucking racist. Yeah. That guy doesn't even look like a racist. So that's what I'm saying. Like, let's help the people that want to help. It's so weird to me saying stuff like people are like, oh, you're white, therefore you don't have a voice in this. Wait, you're saying that white people are the ones that are the problem? Don't you want them on your side more than anything? Like, none of it makes sense. So,
I don't want a voice in it. So just leave me alone. It's fine. I don't mind being left alone. I'm perfectly happy doing my own thing and not worrying about anything. And by the way, I will never kneel to anybody, by the way. Okay. Because I didn't do anything wrong. I don't understand what all this kneeling is. It's weird. But I guess, that just makes me sound sensitive. I don't know. It's weird. Again, you can't win. No matter what you say, you can't win. So don't say anything. And it'll be fine. But, God bless everybody out there. Change is affected by doing things. Just, you're not going to get the change you want if you keep breaking and burning and stealing shit. That's just going to make it worse.
Just be safe, be empathetic. Like, just be nice to other people. Ultimately, like, treat others how you want to be treated. Fucking super simple, golden rule. Live by that, and things will be a lot better.
Trump says he's going to take away 230 from the internet. Oh, which, at this point is fine. I think we could do without Twitter. And I think we could do without Facebook and all the other bullshit. I think we can get back to reading books and calling each other on the phone. Yeah. Maybe that's better than what we're doing right now, because it's terrible. You're anonymous behind a keyboard. You can say all the stupid shit you want with no consequence, which is fine. I believe in freedom of speech and say what you want, but there are also consequences when you say something stupid. It just is, right? Yeah. So it ends up regulating itself, just like capitalism. It regulates itself, right? It just will. You can't open a club in Middletown, Connecticut that says Nazis only, because you'll be out of business in a week. That's just, that's it.
So let's close with this maybe, which is my wife found this thing called the Booze Fairy.
Did she learn how to write an address properly?
No.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. The Booze Fairy. Go ahead.
Actually, you know what? Let's if we could revisit that. Yes. The two of us, we know how to write addresses properly. It's the people at the Postal Service that read them.
I don't know. I've seen the label.
Illiterate fucks.
I've seen that 2, that 7, that does not look like a 7, looks like a 2. Go ahead. I'm sorry, buddy.
Okay. So, but this thing, I think she found it on Facebook, but it's amazing. So if you guys can, any of you that are listening, look up Booze Fairy. It's got some other names, Boozed or things like that. But all it is, it's centered around, the premise of let's just hook each other up, be nice, be fun. So essentially what it is you just put your address out there and people just drop off shit at your door, and you put in like description of like shit you like. So
whoa, that sounds dangerous.
Yeah. No, this is awesome. Dude, it's fucking awesome in this town. Now, it might not work in every town, but this town, it's a fairly rural type of area. So, you just put stuff on there like, hey, here's the kind of stuff I like to drink. Here's the kind of snacks I like. Yeah, I got some kids or whatever. And shit, dude, all of a fucking sudden, people start dropping shit off at your fucking door. I'm not even kidding you. Like, we've got probably half a dozen packages, like candy. We got some fucking mints, toys, just random shit. That's like, Jesus it's packaged, Christ. It's safe. Like, there's nothing with it. And they just drop it off. So we went out the other day. We got a bunch of these. I think tomorrow we're going to drive around, drop some off to random people that, but it's just fun, like little entertaining. Look it up. It's a new spin on things. It's the internet doing something that's not vile. Right.
Thanks, Ray.
So I'm all for it.
That sounds wholesome.
Be kind.
Yeah, be kind.
Yeah.
All right.
And you get some booze out of it. Hopefully.
I hope you get lots of booze, buddy. All right. Let's
bring this baby home.
Let's bring this baby home. Hey, if you go into a protest, by the way, check out the Eat the Rich shirt. It's still there on Amazon.com. Just search Eat the Rich and find the Rich Dickman brand.
So stylish.
Yeah, and I tweeted it out earlier today. It's funny because when I was talking to my wife earlier, and she's giving me a hard time about some of the stuff we do, with money wise, and I said, hey, we get this amount for every shirt we sell, and she's like, wait, really? And I said, yeah, and she said, why don't you sell more shirts? I said, because I don't really push them too much, because goddamn it, I got to argue with you about taxes and shit afterwards. Well, not if you're saving. All right. So now apparently I can go full speed ahead.
So all of a sudden she's hashtagging on Facebook, Eat the Rich, and giving all the t-shirts to everybody, everyone in the family. Like, you want to buy one of these?
Yeah. So let me get the web address real quick so you can see the actual Rich Dickman store.
She's got all the kids wearing Eat the Rich t-shirts. She's like gifting them. She's like literally like everyone she knows has an Eat the Rich t-shirt. Oh my God. That's amazing. I love that.
And, if you go, couldn't find, go to our website. All right. You know what, Ray? Let me just read the goddamn script. So what the hell? Okay. I don't know what I just did. Thank you so much for listening to the Rich Dickman Show. Yeah. What?
Read more of the script because this whole thing's scripted.
No, it's all improv. It's all improv. But hey, your ears mean more to us than you know. And if you like what we do, want to support the show, you can tell a friend and leave a review. And if you like us even more than that, then why not check out our Patreon, patreon.com/Rich Dickman. It's that time of the month.
And now it's time to thank our patrons in ways other than sending dick pics.
Yeah.
Thanks, Randy, Svensson, producer Ryan, Freddie, Isaac, Maddie, Kristen, and Mr. Porno Man.
So we got to update that because producer Ryan, his credit card got stolen, so he's not a patron this month. And I think something happened with Randy. He disappeared too. He's just going to be there producer. It's all good. It's all good, you guys.
His excuse.
Yeah, now send Randy whatever he wants. I love that guy. Yeah, but you get extra content every single week. You get bonus clips and bonus shows. This week that's on there. I did a podcast out of my car. Last Friday after we recorded with Vito, and it didn't come out too great because I didn't realize it was on my Bluetooth speaker till it was too late. So I'll do another one of those, but it'll be better. And also Ray recorded about 2 hours after the show last week, and he's got several different bonus things going on. Yeah, and Ray gets really drunk, and he says he's got like a catchphrase he says when he's drunk. Let's see if you can find it. So check it out, patreon.com/Rich Dickman. And at the highest level, you will get your own very custom your own custom t-shirt. All right. You can find us online at richdickman.com for all your Rich Dickman needs. Click the merch tab. That's right. Click the merch tab at richdickman.com. That'll take you to our merch store, and you can get yourself an awesome t-shirt or a hoodie because those hoodies are sweet. And you can check us out on YouTube. And if you do, subscribe. We got the whole episodes up there. Subscribe to the channel. I think we might be putting some more video content. I always say that, I know, but I've been practicing my video editing, so we might do some more. And you can find us online. I did that already, richdickman.com. Make sure you check out Isaac Jackson's podcast, Jumping Out with Isaac Jackson. And be sure to listen to our little girlfriends at Not For Human Consumption. They're fun. I like those guys. It was really nice. Last week's episode, Dylan brought his son on the show. That was amazing. His son got drunk and everything. Oh yeah. It was so funny. Listen to a little kid hanging out with the boys. So richdickmanshow@gmail.com. Follow you can't follow executive producer Randy anymore. You can find him on our Discord, bit.do/TRDS1. And we are at Rich Dickman Show on Twitter. I am at Rem Dickman. Follow producer Ryan at RyanTRDS and my mother at Rem_Mama Ray. How do we follow you?
At Jules Winfeld on Twitter. That's it. Nobody
doing any golfing?
I'll focus my efforts on contributing to the show and not being on Twitter.
Yeah. Thank you. I think Randy went to sleep. Finally, call that Dickman line, 860-316-4776. You can leave us a dick of the week or a voicemail, thoughts, concerns, whatever you got. Let us know. Thank you all so much. We will be back next week with episode 111. I'm working on booking Larry from That Larry Show. You know Larry. You did Crippled Jesus podcast with him. And that'll be fun.
Yeah, good guy.
Yeah, we'll see how that goes. And what kind of guest heavy here in season 3? We'll see what happens after 115. Good night.
See ya.
Oh, yeah, we are pros.
We might want to tone it down a notch. We're almost too good.
Too good, yeah.
Maybe we should bomb a couple episodes in a row, something like that. Just so people aren't intimidated listening to podcasts. So they're not wow, those guys are so good. I don't deserve this podcast.
I like that. Yeah. We go to a subscription model. So they feel like, they should kneel to us. They should feel like they owe us.
Yes.
Yeah. Right.